Hey, selling should be fun, and if you're not having fun or you feel like it's an uphill battle or a challenge, that means you have some incorrect or misguided beliefs about it, or you don't have the right knowledge. I have been selling coaching products and coaching programs, workshops for the last 12 years, and I've sold over $2.1 million of high ticket coaching programs and workshops, and it has I've shared 10 guidelines that has helped me through the process. Hi, I'm Chinmai Swamy. I've published 4 books, and these 2 are my latest ones: Authority Launchpad, How to Make Money Using What You Know Now, and Art of Winning, How to Rediscover Your True Powers. I'm going to take a piece of both books about how money and mindset, and I'm going to give you the most important 10 guidelines that will help you. Now, before we get started, I just want to tell you, as a coach, when I started, I thought, hey, coaching is the most important thing. Like if I'm not a good coach, I can't run a good business. But selling is the most vital part of a coaching business. If I cannot sell, then I don't have clients. And even if when I started initially, I thought, hey, I'm just going to help people. I know it's okay if I don't charge, or if it's okay if I don't, I just want to help, I don't want your money, like for friends and family sometimes. Well, I realized that if I don't sell and I don't get them to get the results they want, selling is not just about asking the other person to pay you money. Selling is also about getting the other person to take some actions which they don't like, or selling is asking the other person to commit to a particular path or a routine or a set of steps that you have given them to follow through. Selling is also getting your paid client to attend your workshops, attend your masterminds, book a one-to-one call with you, because you're asking them to come out of their fixed routine or the path they're on, which is not getting them results, to change their path and come. So selling is part of the entire process. You're constantly selling an idea. Sometimes an idea is a product, sometimes idea is an action, and you're always getting them to do that. So selling doesn't stop the moment they have paid you money. Selling is a continuous process, hence it's a vital part of your business. Now, in order for you to help more people, you need to be in the game of coaching in a position of power. What does that mean? That means you need to be able to be profitable. And in order to stay profitable, so you need to be able to sell and charge more, and so that you can help more people. So it goes hand in hand. And for the last 12 years, I started my coaching business in 2012, and I've changed my niche several times, and I have been selling. I love sales, and I have sold over $2.1 million of high-ticket coaching programs, workshops, and retreats. And these are 10 guidelines that has helped me to sell amazing products all the time. Number 1, the prospect must always be in control when they make the decision. There never be an effect. That means you cannot sell a product to a prospect convincing them that they are wrong, or if they don't do this, you can't pressurize them, right? They have to be in a position of control, that they feel like, yeah, I want to do this. Not like, hey, you're wrong, you need to do this right now. No, I don't like. If you convince them they're wrong, when they join your program feeling, yeah, I'm not good, I need this program, what's going to happen is they're going to continue with that mindset every time they look at your program, and they're not going to take any action. If you get them to join the program saying, hey, you're not getting these results, but you're already good, and these are the steps, these are the actions that you're doing already, which is good, we're going to continue doing that, and these are the other actions that you don't do, and I'm going to help you implement that. So you're helping them get from good to better. So that means they are more in control. So you're not convincing them they're bad and then making them good. Rather, you're convincing them they're good. You're making them self-worth feel better. And then you're making them go from good to bad. That's guideline number 1. Guideline number 2 is make sure your prospect is fully informed about your product. It means they know everything about you, your product, and why you created the product, so what the product has, the logistics about it. So they're informed what to expect, so they have an expectations and they know what to get from your product, right? And the prospect must be to help the person. You must know that the person will get benefit from it. So before you sell, you must know, when you get to know them on the sales call, ask them the right questions so that you know the product helps them. Because they might want help, but if you feel that your coaching program is not the right fit, don't sell them. Because what's going to happen is that you're going to compromise your own self-worth, because you're going to get a client who will not get benefit, and you will get money which doesn't give them the right results, right? So it's not going to help you. So always sell the product to a person that you know for a fact that is going to help them. And always sell next guideline is that sell a prospect. They must be willing to change. They must be ready. If they're just they have just come on the sales call, they're like, hey, I just want to know about your product. Don't give them information. No, because what's going to happen is the moment you tell them the price, they're going to just say, okay, thank you very much. That's all I wanted to know. Oh, they're just going to give you a lame ass excuse saying, oh, I don't have the money. Now is not the right time. Oh, I need to speak to my partner, or I need to speak to my business associate, and they'll just get off, and you will never get them back. So part of the sales call is to make sure they really want it. Like, you're the gatekeeper, so you have to find out how willing they are to change. And next guideline number 5, is that your prospect always has the funds, and if they say they don't have the money, that means they don't have money for you. I learned this the hard way, because I've sold so many. I had over 3,000 one-to-one sales calls, and so many times a client has said no, they don't have the money, and next time I see them in a month, they're on a holiday. They have bought a fancy car or something, so they have the funds, but they just don't have the funds for you. That's the guy. So the principle is they always have the money, they just don't have the money for you. And guideline number 6 is that when you're on a sales call, if you want the prospect to agree and get the sale, it's to get them to agree with you a lot of times. Get them to have mini agreements along the process so that you can get them to say a yes at the end. So the principle of getting them to say yes small times as an agreement convinces them that you and them are on the same page, that you understand that. So that's why they feel more understood. So it's not about just copying them, like the sales tactics, hey, just mirror the other prospect. No, it's not that. It's getting agreements, finding what they are saying and agree with them, and sharing the information to which they're going to agree to, so that you're not out of touch, you're on the same page, so they feel understood. That's part of it. Next principle is, not all objections are objections. Some of them are just complaints. Sometimes I had a few clients on sales calls. They would say, oh my God, these coaching products are so expensive. That's just a complaint. That's just a rant. You just have to acknowledge it. You don't have to address it. You don't have to go in and prove them wrong. You don't have to go and dissect it and explain them why it's expensive. No, you just have to tell them, yeah, I agree with you. These are expensive, and that's why it's more valuable. That's it. You don't have to explain it to them. You just have to acknowledge them, right? And the next guideline, this is the most important one. Now, only when you are 100% closed on your product, you can get the client. If you have 1% or even 0.001% tiny doubt that your program is not the right fit or it needs an improvement, and it will come across in your sales script, and the prospect will see the doubt, and they will doubt in themselves, not in you, and you will lose the sale. So that's why you have to always be self-closed. That means you must know that your product is solid. I'm not saying your product has to be perfect to be launched. It has no connection with that. Your program, your coaching product can be a constant improvement, but whatever you have improved as of now, that is good enough. And you cannot constantly keep thinking, oh, I don't have that in my product. I don't have that, or I need to change that. If you keep thinking about that in the sales call, it'll come out and you will lose the sale and they will never buy from you. And the same thing, the next prospect is, if you think negative about the product, let's say, if you feel like, 5 clients gave me a bad negative review, or something, or your server is down, or you have a spelling mistake in one of the slides. If you keep thinking about that, they will see through and they will never buy. So that's one thing. And the only reason you doubt your selling is that you haven't done enough. When you sell and you sell more, you start to get a reputation. You start to see a proof that you're good enough. You're selling. That's the idea. That if you only sell maybe 5 times in a month, you're not going to get that stats. You're not going to get that repetition behavior to make you feel that you know what you're doing. So always have enough practice, so you gain the competence, so you gain the confidence to actually sell. So when you're in self-doubt, the reason that is even with the right knowledge, even with the right beliefs, when you have that, now that you have these guidelines, you have to know that the only way to strengthen them is by repetition, is to take a leap, start picking up calls, start messaging people, and start getting calls booked, and approach them. Just talk, and you get to know what words resonate with them, which part of the program is desirable. You start to sell, you start to understand that, and that is key. And when you have enough, you will start to know that you are good. You will start to be self-closed. And it doesn't come by thinking. It doesn't come by just sitting on your desk and just improving your product without actually going out and selling them. No. So just to summarize the final part, your product is never 100% perfect. You have to understand that it's never 100% perfect. You must know that, but you must sell it regardless, because you're constantly improving, you're constantly going after. So you know that you're committed, and whatever you have, it's good enough to get the next client. And second, selling is not emotional. You might you might have to handle or confront the prospect's emotions and handle it, but it's not an emotional process. You must be steady. You cannot get sold. You cannot be pulled into the prospect's emotions. You must handle their emotions and give them certainty, give them confidence, and that is selling. And if you are also trying to match their emotions and become emotional, you lost the sale, you lost the game, right? So that's part. And third, without selling, your business cannot survive. It's like the oxygen. Like without sales, without clients, you have nothing. So start selling. You might have the amazing product. You might have spent time on the logo, the business, the coaching program name, or the funnel. All of that is, it's important, but it's not critical as sales, right? There are so many times I have sold a client who has, after paying money, they have asked me, hey, by the way, what's the name of the coaching program? That's how powerful. When you have sold them on the idea, they don't care about the coaching program. But when you're designing, as a coach, when you're designing your baby, you're designing your beautiful coaching program, which is your dream, you think the name is important. You think the list of bonuses are important. You think the pricing is important. Well, all those are important, but not critical. Critical is selling, right? So the last final part is that having a sales script helps because it helps you to stay on path. You know when to change. You know where you are in the process. You know how to handle the conversation and direct it towards a process, and you know what's happening. You kind of so having a sales script is important. And what I've done is I'm giving away the sales script for free. So in the description, if you just type in, there's a link below. Go there. I'm giving away the sales script, which I have used. It's a framework I've used word for word, which has allowed me to sell and close and collect more than $2.1 million in coaching. I've done over 3,000 sales calls. I've used this exact sales script. And every time I thought, hey, you know what? I've done enough. Let me wing it. And I have been lucky sometimes, but majority of the time, my sales call has fallen apart. So having a sales script helps. It's a framework of how you have a conversation. Now, your intention is what drives the success of your sales. Your true intentions. When you jump on a call, switch on your Zoom call, you say, hey, I want to help. That's your intention. The only thing that can weaken your intention is when you're not strengthening it every day, when you're not like giving your energy, giving your focus on your intention every day, and you're getting distracted by something else. You're like changing the plan halfway through and you're doubting your program and you're feeling, hey, you're not good enough. No, just avoid those distractions and strengthen your intention and say you're good enough and you're here to sell. And that's the most powerful way. And when you do that, all the self-doubt goes away. That's it. You have these 10 guidelines. Apply them. Watch this video again. Go to the downloads. Go to the link below and download the sales script. Practice it. And it's amazing. You will know how powerful and how easy it is to sell. All the best.